Hey,
Hello,
Corey, what's up? Glad you're here.
how are you? Ooh,
Hey, I'm good, thank you. How are you doing today?
child, I'm breathing. That's what matters.
Fantastic. Yep, you're right. Sweet. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I do want
Okay.
to start off by saying thank you for being here.
No, thank you.
So I want to start with introducing myself. I am Billy. My name's Billy, but I go by Chico Sager. I'm part of the Ascendance team. And what is Ascendance? We are a group of independent artists who want to serve others. We are creating
Right.
a community where artists can be heard and supported, and where you can meet fellow artists just like you. And we are happy to have you with us today. And I would like to begin by asking you to tell us who you are and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, my name is Corey. I would say I'm a rapper, but child, I do so much. I don't even consider myself a rapper anymore. I just consider myself an artist.
Okay.
Um, an artist that loves to make art. Um, so I do my own thing, but I'm also in a group called KQ, which consists of eight of us, seven artists, and then we have our manager.
Okay.
Um, so we have a group, one named Gemini, one named Off. Their group called 24/7. Then we have a rapper named Omniversal, which he's also our head engineer. Then we have another rapper named Blessed Integrity, and then a rapper slash singer, Johnny Buckets. And then we also have another female singer slash rapper. Her name is Lexi. So yeah, that's our group, and that's me, child.
That's awesome, man. That's great to hear. And how are you guys doing with your group? Like, how are things so far? How are you guys moving along?
Okay. So last year, I can truthfully say we're moving real slow, but this year alone, we've progressed a lot. I feel like, um, I don't want to give out too much. I
No,
don't,
you're good.
but we have some big things coming up, and I'll say November,
Okay.
which I invited Raven, but I'm gonna invite y'all as well. But I'll hit you up privately about it.
Sounds
Um,
good.
But yeah, we have some big things coming, a lot of big things coming. So yeah, I feel like we've progressed a lot this year, and it's gonna keep going up from there.
Sweet. Okay, great, man. Well, thanks for sharing that with me.
Of course.
I do want to ask, so what do you do like on your regular day-to-day basis? We want to get to know you a little bit more on this interview. So like, what do you do? How do you carry yourself out throughout your day? So, just paint us a picture.
Okay, so if I'm not working, like actually working, then I'm always working on music, whether that's actually writing to the music or I'm just trying to build something in the background. Because when I tell you, I am very indecisive.
Okay.
I can't choose nothing. Chad, I'm like Kanye. I'll
Yeah.
say one thing, but it's gonna be changed another seven times. So
Okay.
that's what I sit here and do every day. I'll make a track list. I'll get an album cover. A couple days later, I might just scratch it and do another thing. I'm just always working on something music based, whether it's
Okay.
actual music or technical stuff behind the scenes of music. I'm doing it every single day.
Awesome. Well, that's cool to hear, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that leads me to my next question then. Can you let us know like what a typical like how do I ask you? Let me see. What's your workflow like when it comes to music? There we go.
Okay, so I'll find a beat, which that's very hard for me to do because I'm very picky on my beats.
Okay.
I just don't want to do anything. So once it feels right to me, every time I start a song, I always just freestyle it. I can't freestyle, but I'll that beat, and once I do it, if I got it, it's up from there. It's over from there. I write, get it down, got my song. I can get about maybe 4 or 5 songs done a day.
Okay. In a day? Wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's impressive, man. That's pretty
Yes,
impressive.
sir. Thank you.
On the other hand, I see myself more as a slowpoke, man. Like I take my time, I see every option, and then I go through all of them, and I'm like, okay, this sounds better than that, and I kind of match him. It takes me a while to make a song, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
it takes me a hot minute, but I admire that you can work quick. That's very necessary at
Thank you.
times. Sometimes you're in a time crunch and your job demands that you need to get things done in a certain deadline. So that's something to
Right.
admire, man, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. And did you mention where you're located at right now? What was that? Sorry.
Me and my whole group are.
Oh, Nashville, Tennessee. Nice.
Yes, sir.
How's Tennessee
Nashville.
like, man?
Mm-hmm.
How do you like it over there?
Years ago, I would say, oh, it was nice, but being here so long is, it's gotten repetitive. So, but it is nice. A lot of people come out here to travel and look at things. So, I say for outsiders, it's definitely nice. There's things to do out here.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
nice. Okay, for sure, man, for sure. Sounds
Mm-hmm.
awesome. And so you did mention that you don't necessarily just want to label yourself as just a rapper. So
Mm-hmm.
what would you consider yourself? What kind of music artist are you?
I primarily, I would say hip hop, but
Okay.
then again, I would see myself as genre fluid, because
Okay.
one day I'll do a rap song, one day I'll do an R&B song, another day I'll do a pop. I might do. I've done a punk song before, so
Okay.
it's just depending on how I feel. I don't ever. I never wanted to be in just one lane or one box of just doing one type of music because I listen to a lot of music. I listen to all different genres.
Right.
So to me, it gets boring sometimes doing the exact same thing over and over and over. So I like to dip myself in everything.
That's awesome, man. That's great to hear. Sweet. So what kind of work have you put out recently?
So I just recently put out a project. I don't want to say an album, mixtape or whatever you want to name it.
Okay.
So I just put out a project. It's called Amethyst. It's like 15 tracks, something like that.
Okay.
And I spent about a year on it. And back to the indecisive thing, that the title was never what it was. The album cover was not what that was, nor was the track list. I think I scratched that track list maybe 10, 12 times. It just, to me, again, it just has to feel right for me to stick with it and say, okay, this is it, it's done. My stuff is never done until it's out. When it's out, then it's done. So,
For sure.
but yeah, that's a little project. It's a little vibe, something cute. When I write, 9 times out of 10, that's just how I'm feeling personally. Song, so I kind of just pour out however I'm feeling on that song. So if it's a happy song, that's just how I'm feeling. If it's something sad, if it's something sexual, that's just how I'm feeling at the moment. So yeah, but yeah,
Definitely.
that project's my baby. I love that project, but I'm really more excited for the next one. So.
That's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. And for anyone that's listening and anyone that's interested in following you and getting to know you more, like where can they find your music and what platforms?
But I just use it now for just remixes and stuff like that. But pretty much anywhere, honestly, anywhere
Yeah,
you
sweet.
listen to music at.
Okay, sounds good. And you're under Corri or
Yes,
it's Corri? Okay.
Corri.
Okay, for sure, man, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Sweet. Well, I do want to ask as well, since I believe that everyone who's an artist in whatever way kind of has a message that they want to put out, whether it's a
Mm-hmm.
personal message or whether it's, anything, a public message. Well,
Mm-hmm.
in this case, I want to ask you, like, overall throughout your music, do you have a message that you want to put out to society?
Honestly, I do because let me say this:
Mm-hmm.
I'm part of the LGBT community,
Okay.
and me personally, I can't really speak for everybody, but me personally, it can be difficult at times to work with people because some people just don't want to work with me just
Okay.
because of that. So it can become difficult sometimes, but it sucks sometimes, but I just tell everybody to keep doing what you love to do because nobody should be able to stop your happiness. So,
Exactly.
and this what's make me happy. Whether I can work with other people or not, I know I can work with myself. So I just say everybody needs to just do what makes you feel like you, and don't stray away from anything that don't make it feel like you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I like
Mm-hmm.
that for sure. I
Mm-hmm.
agree with you very much, man. For
Mm-hmm.
sure. So with that being said, um, do you like to collaborate with people?
Oh, I love collaborations.
Yeah,
It's really
awesome.
fun to me. I love it.
And so, if you're able to collaborate with someone, let's just say anyone, any artist, famous or small, who would you be? Who would you be wanting to collaborate with the most?
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki
That's the number
Minaj.
one.
Ooh, that's nice, man.
One of
She's
my
great,
biggest
bro. Yeah.
influences.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how did she influence you? And like, in what way?
Whew, growing up, that's who I listened to. That one made me like music, and I've always liked music before I known of Nicki Minaj, but she just really elevated me loving music for real, and that's I've been attracted to it since the style of her music, the way she raps and the bars and everything. That's just it really pulls for me. Like I said, she's my number one influence on music.
That's awesome. So,
Mm-hmm.
is it safe to say that she's also your inspiration when it comes to music?
Correct.
Okay, so they
Correct.
both come in hand. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And like as an artist too, like times can get tough. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? In so many different ways. So I want to ask you, what keeps you motivated to keep pushing and keep doing what you're doing?
The future. The
The
future.
future. Okay.
To know what it can look like, that's what really motivates me. And
Okay.
I don't see the future looking any dimmer, because if that's what my eyes are set for, I know I can do it. I
Right.
never start something and never finish it. I always go back to finish it. So me doing this and seeing that future is me starting it, and I'm not gonna stop until I finish it. So that's
Exactly.
what really motivates me.
I like that, man. So you motivate yourself, in other words. Like
Correct.
you don't need no external push. Like you got it all within. That's awesome,
Correct.
you know? I
Mm-hmm.
feel like most artists need that, because if you're waiting or expecting for something on the outside to change, you might just wait forever. The
Mm-hmm.
true change starts within. So I like
Correct.
that you're a really great example of that.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very impressed.
Thank
Me, on
you.
the other hand, I actually have a hard time sticking to a project. Like I'll start a
Mm-hmm.
beat and I'll like it, right? I like the melody, I make chords, I do drums and stuff. But if I don't finish it that day, the
Mm-hmm.
next day when I hop back on, I might just feel a different mood and I'll just start working with that.
Right.
And sometimes I don't finish my stuff, but it's something that I'm definitely trying to improve on.
Right.
So yeah. And with that being said, like, do you have any weak points that you probably want to improve on here, like soon, or just take your time on?
Yes, I think I have a lot of weak points, honestly.
Yeah.
I get so happy doing the music, and sometimes I feel like I should slow down and actually enjoy it. And not saying I don't enjoy it, because I definitely enjoy it, but sometimes I feel like maybe I should take it in a little bit more than what I
Okay.
take it for. So, and that's my biggest thing, because music has been my whole life, and that's just what I grab so much. That's what I do daily, whether I'm making music or listening to somebody else's music. So it's just sometimes I feel like I should take it in more and actually enjoy it for real and soak it in.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Hmm.
something that I learned as well is anything that you do, you don't always want to think about the end result, but you want to submerge yourself in the process and you want to enjoy that, because
Right.
sometimes when you make it to the end, you realize, wow, like the real enjoyment was the journey, making it to
Yeah.
the end.
Hmm.
So, yeah, like that's awesome. I like that a lot. And have you had any performances yet at all?
No, but something is coming. Something is definitely
Okay,
coming.
okay, for
Hmm.
sure, for sure. Okay, I like that. Awesome. Okay. And do you have any questions by any chance for me? Like any questions about like ascendance while you're at,
Hmm.
at it here?
Let me think. You might have already explained it, but I'm just asking again for reassurance. What is your
Okay.
goal?
Our goal is well, we have multiple goals,
Hmm.
and what we really want to do is create a community where everyone can thrive, where people can
Right.
feel safe, where people can feel unified. Because, like nowadays in society, things can feel very separated. Sometimes it can be awkward to just go up to someone random and say, hey, and just carry out a conversation.
Hmm.
So we kind of want to break that here. We want to put out a lot of positivity. We want to let you guys know that people want to listen to your stuff and people care.
Right.
Like where we get exposed to so much like music from major artists, but a lot of the gold you really find it hidden deep within independent artists. So that's what we want to do, man. We want to shine some light on the stuff that deserves to have the spotlight. So
Right.
in other words, we're here to serve others, and in return we know that others are going to want to serve us too, just because
Hmm.
of the love. It's mutual, it goes both ways. So that's
Yeah,
basically our main goal with Descendants, for all of us to move upwards and move
I
forward.
like that. I like that. And I thank y'all for that too, because I feel like as independent artists, we really need that. The community of independency really needs that for real. So I really see it now, and I thank y'all for that. Um, and
Definitely.
y'all know, I ain't got to tell y'all because I'm going to show it, but for real, y'all have me and my team as 100% support from y'all.
That's awesome. That's down. Thank
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate
Of
that for sure.
course.
And same, vice versa. You guys have us too, as
Mm-hmm.
support. Anything you need, any interviews you have, a shout out you want to make, let's go live for a quick second and let's clear it out. But for
Correct.
sure, definitely. And, as I did bring up the music industry, I
Mm-hmm.
do want to ask, as an independent artist, how do you feel about the current music industry and how it is?
Honestly, I feel like the current music right now is very repetitive.
Yeah.
Um, I think what's his name? T-Pain made a comment the other day or last week about, everybody's making the exact same music. And that's what gets boring. And it's nice. Like I said get it how you can get it, but like some of it is really like the exact same songs. I'll hear three different artists, big artists, do the exact same songs. It just maybe a little bit flipped, and I'm just like, oh, okay, that's cute, but I want something different.
Exactly. Yep.
So yeah, I feel like it's I feel like I can't really change. I mean, I could, it could be a process of changing, but really, it's really the kids on how they take it. They like that stuff. That's what they gravitate towards. I'm not saying that I'm gonna do it just for them because I'm gonna do it for me, but that's just what they gravitate towards because music back then wasn't like that. Everything didn't sound the same. Everything was kind of different.
Exactly.
Everybody had their own flavor. And nowadays it's easy to just go grab a little tiny hit, something real quick, and it just be the exact same song. So,
I agree with you very much
mhm.
on that. I do want to share with you something, but I want to ask you this question first.
Okay.
Would you change something when it comes to the music industry, and if so, what would that be?
I would change that everyone is accepted because in some parts I feel like not everybody's accepted when it comes to music and or different styles. When people
Yes.
try new things, people will shit on, the new style. For example, I love JPEG Mafia. He's totally different from what everybody does. But if you really look into it, some people would hate, like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is he doing? He's not
Right.
rapping like everybody else. And I don't like that because I like different styles and bring something new to it. So I just want to bring a change of everybody's accepted and new styles can be accepted because everybody music is music. It should be no right or wrong on how music should be.
Exactly. Well, that's really interesting, man. And I did want to share as well with when you mentioned that a lot of music is just like the same and it sounds very similar. And I actually learned that that's a marketing technique. Well,
Mm-hmm.
not marketing necessarily, but a way to get you to like another artist's music. So, like, if one song gets, it becomes a big ass hit, is what other artists will do or other producers is do something similar, like something that sounds like the drums or like something similar to the melody, and they'll
Right.
make it into their own thing. That way, when you hear it subconsciously, you're like, wait, I've heard something like this before. I like this feel. I like this flavor. And that way they get you hooked on quicker. So
Right.
I definitely learned that, man. It's something, a technique that's used often. That's why a lot of songs sound the same. And when someone like right now, like the Latino community is, I think it's exploding pretty big, with Cardi B and a whole bunch
Mm-hmm.
of other people like getting put on. So basically, like now a lot of artists are doing songs with Spanish, and
Right.
that's what they're doing, man. They're just, I feel like the music industry sees music more like business and money rather than art and love, how we do as independent artists. But yeah, I just wanted to share that, little piece of knowledge that really stuck with me. It really made me change the way that I feel about who's up there and who's like really making moves with music. So I don't know. I just kind of really like to gravitate more towards independent artists. I feel like it's a lot more original than anything.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, like we're gonna come to an end here with our interview.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to ask before we wrap up. Is there any advice you would like to give to someone that's planning on becoming an artist?
Let me think. I don't think I have anybody specifically, but really to anybody, because I work with a lot of people outside of my group. For example, Raven Nicole, I love her. She is so, so dear. She is
Shout
so
out to
talented.
Raven.
She is so talented. I love it. So I just want everybody to keep the motivation and keep pushing and know that you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Definitely. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm very happy to have had you here. This is our second interview.
Thank you.
By far, we're having a blast doing this. I think that everyone we're coming across is beyond amazing already.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to shout you out. I am Corri on Instagram. If anyone here live wants to follow him, wants to get to know Corri more, here we go. He's here. He's linked up with us. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And Corri, any last words before we take off?
Thank y'all so much, and I will definitely be in contact. I know you said you do music, so we should try to do something. Something.
Hey, definitely, let's do it. Yeah, we'll hit up that DM and we'll figure something out for sure. Yeah.
Okay, big. All right, thank you.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here, Corri. Thank you once again. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and just peace to everyone.
Too.
See y'all.
Bye.